What's happening? It's a beautiful day. The truck's overheating. Let's work on it outside. Let's get going. Couple different things that could be wrong with it. Like I said, it is overheating and it's happening fast. I ran an infrared thermometer on it, and what's happening, the radiator isn't changing temperature, but the engine block is. So, a couple different things that could be happening. Thermostat isn't opening. Hoping that's it, because that would be the easiest one. The coolant isn't transferring any of the heat. Possible, because who knows when the last time it was changed. And the third one is that the water pump's not circulating any of the coolant. Or it could be any combination of the three. Worst case scenario, from a cost standpoint, considering I have all the other parts, would be that the radiator's shot. But it looks like it's in good shape. If it needs more airflow, the mechanical fan that's on it pulls a decent amount of air, so I don't think that's an issue. But let's pull it out. Let's first things first, get that thermostat changed, see if that has any impact on it whatsoever, and we'll go from there. But it's a beautiful day. Let's get to work.
Wanna get drunk, but she don't wanna be dizzy. She tell me she love the suburbs and moving into the city. She tell me she fucking with me, I hope it ain't hypocritic. But I know that everything that shines ain't gold, and everything that's new eventually grows old. And to make it and blow, could never fake it and grow. I gotta keep making music and start performing some shows. But as I look for a purpose and sit and scribble in verses, will I be shaky and nervous the second that I see curtains? And when I blow, it's no accident, guarantee it's on purpose. As I'm sitting and scribbling, think I like older versions. Now I'm sitting and dabbling, my world is unraveling. I try and stay grounded, but she say I'm a talented guy. People talk down, but that shit don't faze me. I've been waiting my whole life for a high this crazy, and I know. Need someone to keep up with all my crazy, and someone to come drink and smoke until my room hazy. I need someone to sing about as good as Haley, and someone that's been with me before I ever pen and paper lately. But lately got a lot of fans that hate me, 'cause I the latest music, keeping all of my fans waiting.
200, still not opening up. Nothing.
People talk down, but this shit don't faze me. I've been waiting my whole life for a high this crazy.
You can see, even when I force it open, that's as far as it would go. So even if it was working at temperature, that's as far as it physically will open, which obviously is not going to cut it. So, gotta be replaced. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're still going to go through and flush all the coolant out and put all new coolant in it. What I did is I took the old thermostat and I took the spring component of that out. Got rid of it, so it'll just flow coolant. It's easier to flush that way. I could just leave it out, but I think it helps better with the seal because that gasket is kind of old. I actually didn't get a new one, so hopefully that fits up nice. But I put that on just so the coolant can flow through. Let that cycle through for a few minutes, check some temperatures and make sure everything is warming up the way that I would expect it to at this point. Then we'll drain it, refill it, should be good. Let's go. Okay, just ran the truck for about 15 minutes with that open thermostat, and it never got up to temperature, which is a good sign in this situation. That was what we wanted to see happen. No leaking either, which is a good sign. Had the heater on, so it was flushing through that as well. What we're going to do, I still want to flush all the coolant. So we're going to get that done, put new fluid in it. Well, we'll put the new thermostat in it, then put new fluid in it, and then we'll go from there. The one issue that I'm seeing, if we look, you have to bleed the air bubbles out of the highest point, and this looks like it's higher than that rad cap over there because it is kind of off to the side at an angle on these. So I'll have to make this the highest point either by jacking it up or taking a funnel and creating that higher point. Not a big deal, just something you got to pay attention to when you're doing something like this. Okay, so the new 30 Seconds to Mars song, it's pretty good. Anyway, got as much drained out of there as I can without draining the block. I'm not going to do that. We got plenty out. I spilled a bunch, so it's hard to tell exactly how much I got out. But we're going to refill the overflow tank. I'm going to put something different than an Aquafina bottle, maybe something a little more substantial. So let's figure something out. Ended up being a really easy fix. Thermostat wasn't opening, plain and simple. Did that, put new coolant in it, different reservoir overflow. The other one was brittle and was actually leaking. Held it at temperature for a decent amount of time at idle as we bled the system. Closed everything up, took it for a cruise around the neighborhood here and whatnot, and temperature was fantastic. So I think the stock thermostat on these was 190, maybe 195. I put a 180 in it. It's not even really hot today, so it'll give us some leeway there. But it ran perfect, did everything we needed to do. So I got really lucky, another easy fix. All these things that could end up being bigger have all, for the most part, been relatively small and simple. So there's one little thing that we're going to do before we do suspension. I know. And they're just little things that if we get caught in some weather while we're driving it this weekend, that we don't have damage or bigger issues really. The bed sides where those were welded, I'm starting to see a little bit of surface rust there, so I'm going to knock that down with a wire wheel, hit that with some sealer so that doesn't come back. And then the other thing is the, I don't know if you would call it the weather stripping, but at the bottom of the window that holds the glass together, those are completely dried out and rotten. So I have new channels and new, I wish I remembered the name of it, but I have those. We'll get those in, and then we'll cruise it around. Also, that wasn't the project I wanted to tell you about. The project that we're going to do before we do suspension is I got parts for an exhaust system. This thing is loud, and when you get on the gas, it's just really loud. I like my trucks loud, but this it's obnoxiously loud. So I got a MagnaFlow muffler for it. We're gonna bump from 2 to 2.5 inch pipe right before the muffler. And then we're going to do something pretty cool with how the exhaust pipe's going to exit. So stay tuned for that. We're going to get that one done pretty soon here, and then suspensions after that. So hopefully by the end of September here, this truck is going to look quite a bit different and sound quite a bit different. So stay tuned. See you later.
But I know that everything that shines ain't gold, and everything that's new eventually grows old. And to make it and blow, could never fake it and grow. I gotta keep making music and start performing some shows. But as I look for a purpose